Hello everyone, I'm Lasantha. This is my YouTube channel. You can see below this video it is named Soft Engine space LK. Uh, so under this YouTube channel you can see a lot of technology and software related video sessions, and as you saw, this is my first video session under the technology HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Uh, that is for web development. So this is session 1 for web development using those technologies, and meanwhile in the other training sessions we use some other related technologies like Bootstrap, jQuery, and some other JavaScript related libraries as well. And as the first training session, what we are going to do today is I'm going to introduce you what are the tools we are going to use for this training session. When we are talking about mainly web application or web development, uh, the latest IDE, integrated development environment, that we can use for easy development related things, that is Visual Studio Code. So I have already downloaded the latest version. This is a free tool. You can go to Google and search Visual Studio Code and you can download it. You can see here Visual Studio Code under the download link. You can see several different versions, especially for Windows. You can see 64-bit, 32-bit, and you can download the related version depending on the OS and the version of the OS that you are going to use. So my version is 64-bit, so I have downloaded already the 64-bit version. So you can just click on here and do the downloads. And since I have already downloaded, let's start how to do the installation. We can double click on the exe file. This is an application file. So this is the full version of Visual Studio user setup. You can click on run button. After accepting the agreement, you can click on next. So here default path is already given. You can even change the location that you want to install the files related to it. So I click on next. I need the Visual Studio Code menu item as well. And there are some options. You can, if you want a desktop icon, you can click on it. I don't want it, but I want it, these other options like open with code, action in Windows Explorer, and same thing in action in Windows Explorer, directory context menu, and register code as editor for supported file types. So selecting these options will be easy for you in future work. So select these 4 options, but I don't want the desktop icon. I need only the menu option. So I go to next. Now it's ready to install. Okay, it's installed. Now we can open it. You can see here Visual Studio Code, it's newly installed, and under the menu also you can see a new menu. So I click on it. Right. So this is the welcome page of latest version of Visual Studio Code. You can see different information there. I just close the welcome screen. Now, as the first thing, what I want to do is I want to select my default folder. So I have already created a folder called Learn HTML, CSS, and JS. So this is the folder I am going to save all the files that we are going to develop now on. So I go to open folder, and there I can see the folder. I select it. Right. Now under the Learn HTML, CSS, JS folder, currently we don't have any file, so it is empty. And before starting any development, I'll introduce you some other tools that we are going to that we have to definitely use in web development and web application development. So the main thing that we have to consider when we are developing a web application or website, the compatibility for browsers, web browsers. There are several web browsers, so we have to think of the compatibility with browser compatibility. So I will introduce some of the mainly used web browsers. I already installed them in my PC. So this is Chrome. This is Firefox, and we have Chrome. We have Chrome. Then we have Microsoft Edge. Okay, this is Microsoft Edge, and additionally we have Safari browser as well. The Safari browser is mainly for other platforms in the sense some kind of Apple PCs, Apple machines. Okay, this is Safari. So in this web development training sessions, these are the main four browsers I talk about. But when you are developing any web application or website, think of all the possible browsers that currently used in the industry or currently used by the users. So always we have to think of the compatibility of all those available browsers. So here we are using these four: Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Safari. Okay, now let's move to Visual Studio Code again. Okay, before that I will just introduce you. If you don't have those browsers, you can just search in Google, and there are latest versions you can download. can download and install. Just like I installed Visual Studio Code, all these browsers also you can download and install yourself. You have Firefox, then Chrome, you can download here. Okay, and you should download Microsoft Edge as well. Microsoft Edge, and download it here. And additionally, if you like to work with Safari, you can download Safari as well. Okay, so right now let's have a look on the latest version of Visual Studio Code. Here you can see some of the features. You can see the menu bar, the file menu, edit, selection, view, go, run, terminal, help, and under the help you can see the version here. It's 1.52.1. Right. So I'm not going to discuss all the menu options in this session 1 itself. So let's talk about one by one. Otherwise, it will be complicated for you as the session 1. So under the session 1, what we are going to do today, we are going to develop a very simple web page using only HTML. So from next sessions onward, we will discuss in deep the CSS, JavaScript, and HTML advanced features. So in the first example, I am going to create a new file. Okay, so this is my new file. I'm going to write a small HTML code here. And it's still it is not a HTML file or any file type, just a editor is open, naming untitled1. So you can't see any IntelliSense. Just type in like a notepad or some simple text editor. So then I'm going to save it. This is my current folder, the same folder I have selected here. So I give a name to it. Let's call it my first web page. Okay, and I put as HTML the extension and save. Now can you see this? It's completely changed into a different mode with some IntelliSense features, because once a file is saved as HTML extension, JS extension, or CSS extension, Visual Studio Code automatically identify the file type and it's turned into the IntelliSense. So here you can see now. Let's say I want to delete some part of this, and can you see it's automatically generating some code part. For an example, if I type the opening tag HTML, it's automatically type for us the ending tag of HTML. Okay, before going into the further coding of the HTML tags, I'll explain what is HTML in the sense. HTML is not actually a programming language, it's a kind of markup language. Markup language in the sense it's compatible, it's running on your web browsers. So it is called hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language means we are marking up some text information that to be rendered on web browsers. So that is the basic idea of this HTML for letters. So this is not a programming language but markup language. Right. So always keep on saving after the things you do. Right. Now we have already started the HTML tag. Then as the next thing, I'll introduce the main parts of a web page. Basically, in a web page, there are few main parts. As the first thing, web page should be opened with an HTML tag and closed with an HTML ending tag. Then within that code enclosure, we can define other areas of the page. So the first area, we call it head. We call it header. The tag is head. And the other tag is body. Okay. Right. And there would be some tags like scripts. In this section, in this session, I don't go in deep about the scripts because that is a different topic we have to discuss in coming sessions. I just keep the opening and closing tags as scripts, but I don't do anything in that. Right. So any HTML page, you can see a header section, body section, and something called scripts. Again, in the header section, we can see a title section as well, like this. Right. Sometimes in the header section, we can see script section as well, like this. So we can keep the script section under the header section, or we can keep a script section directly under the HTML tag tags as well, within the HTML tags. So this is the very basic idea of HTML file, structure of the HTML web page. So I save changes, and I'll just give you a preview of this page by typing some information under the title. I'll call it title of my first page, and I don't do anything under the script section here. And in the body section, I just type title, sorry, body of my first page. That's all. As the very basic parts of the HTML file, we have a title, we have a body, and in the title we have type small text, title of the title of my first page, and then the body section, body of my first page. Right. I already saved it. Now you can see under my folder this page is saved as an HTML file. You can see the extension of the file is HTML. Right. Then we have to browse this HTML page using any of the web browsers that we are going to use. It might be Safari, Chrome, Edge, or Firefox. Before browsing, we have to do some deployment kind of. We call it hosting. We have to host this web file in a web server. There are several web servers like IIS, IIS, Internet Information Server. Then some other web servers like Apache, Tomcat, and maybe Glassfish. And likewise, there are several web browsers. So in this training session, I'm going to use IIS. So you can open IIS. In the start menu, you can just type IIS, and you will see it in the menu bar, and you can click on it. So this is my IIS of workstation 1. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy, or I'm going to host my first web page under IIS. Okay, let's see how to do it. Under this, I can create a new application. You can create even a website, but I create an application using this option, add the application. There you have to give a alias for the hosting. We'll give you learn HTML or something. Learn HTML. And we have to select the application pool. Keeping the default application pool also is okay, but let's select a better one. Sometimes in future we will use the same hosting space for some ASP.NET themes also. So I select ASP.NET version 4.0. And now we have to select the physical path of our files. So physical path of our files are here, right? Under the training sessions folder here we have a folder called learn HTML, CSS, JS. So that is our physical path. So I select it, and then we have to give some pass-through authentication. You can click on connect as. I want to connect as a specific user because I have already logged into the OS using my username and password. I give the same username and password. You have to type your username and password when you are doing the same. And confirm the password. Okay. Now we can test it whether the password and this authentications are okay. If the authentication is okay, you will see this green color ticks. That means you are okay with the authentication for this web application. Right. Okay. Now can you see a new web application virtual folder is created here? But that currently we don't have any other subfolders or any other thing. When you right click on it, you can see some context menu options like refresh, browse, advanced settings. In the advanced settings, the same thing you have typed there when you create the application virtual folder. You can see here as well. Okay. Now let's try to browse it for the first time. Let's see what happens. It's giving an error, right? So what is that error? I'll explain you what is the reason. Normally when we are developing a web site or web application, there are some configuration settings that we have to set with the web server. Now this is IIS. For whatever the web server, there are some configurations. The very first thing that I am going to introduce you, the default document. Can you see? Under the default document sections, IIS allowing only these file names and extension. Our extension is okay, HTML, but can you see? My file name is my first web page, but IIS expecting something called index. So now what I'm going to do, I go to Visual Studio Code again and rename this. Okay, now it's renamed. Here also you can see in the folder it's renamed. Now since we have renamed some of the files of this hosting, we have to refresh it. Right. Now let's try again browsing it. Alright, now you can see the text. This is the title of my first web page, and this is the body section of the page, body of my first page. That's all we have done under this. So this is the output. So this is the simplest way of developing a web page using Visual Studio Code, and how to do a hosting using IIS. In this session, I am not going to discuss about Apache Tomcat or Glassfish or any other web browser. Web servers. You can try it the same way. You can do hosting under those web hosting servers as well. Right. Now, from that point on, we are going to do some more features of HTML. So under this first training session, I am not going to discuss advanced things on JS or CSS. I just explain you what is JS and what is CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. That means we can't do everything using just a markup language like HTML, because we have to do some styling, we have to do coloring, we have to apply margins and a lot of other features that we have to enhance the visual part of the web page. So there are a lot of features under CSS. So we have to use CSS as well. And JS stands for JavaScript. JavaScript is the one of the major scripting language that is web browsers compatible. There's something called VB scripts as well, but in this training session I am not going to use VB scripts. I'm going to use JS because almost all the web browsers compatible for JavaScripts and JavaScript related libraries like jQuery, AngularJS, Node.js, React.js, those kind of JavaScript libraries. So that's about the basic idea of HTML, CSS and JS. So from that point on, let's try to learn some HTML tags. So already you know the tags HTML, head, title and body, and you learned about the tag script also. You didn't know what you are going to do with that, but you know some tag called script as well. Right. Let's see how to use some other tags and some attributes of tags. There is something called attributes. Okay, so any of those tags might have attributes. That means we can apply some values to decorate the tag. So for an example, that's an attribute called ID. When you see in the IntelliSense, you can see ID tag. In the ID, you can give some value to the ID. Likewise, there are some attributes. Almost all the tags, there are some attributes. Okay, we are going to discuss about those attributes as well. And before going to that, I'll explain some simple tags that we can use under the body section. There is something called header tags. We call H1 to H6. This kind of headlines. If you want to highlight some text part in the web page, we use these H1 to H6 tags. Let's try the first one, H1. I'll introduce headline 1. Okay, let's save the page and let's see how the browser responds to that. Now since I have already browsed the same page, I can just refresh on it. But can you see the headline 1 is some kind of different font. It's automatically taken a different font with a different font size because it's especially marking up this headline, this enclosed text as a headline. Okay, let's do the same thing for other headline tags as well. We have 6 tags. Basically, the difference is size of these tags. Size of the rendered text. Okay. Right. Save the changes. And let's try refreshing the site. I see. Can you see? The difference is the font size mainly. Font family is almost same. It's actually same. font size is difference. Okay, before going to the next tag, let's try to browse the same web page using other three browsers as well. I just get a copy of this URL and I paste it to Microsoft Edge. Can you see it's come as HTTP? It's a protocol. You know what is a protocol? A protocol in the sense a set of rules. When you are developing a web page or web application, always your data transmitted through a network, through internet, right? So while you are transferring your text data or multimedia data, photos or videos or whatever the data, there should be a set of rules. You have to follow those rules. So this HTTP in the sense hypertext transfer protocol. So under this protocol only we transfer data through the internet. And when it comes to a secure connection, you will see a S here. Okay, that means with more security. Let's say you have some secure information that you want to transfer through internet as a web page, some kind of secure data, kind of sensitive data. You have to transfer it securely. Then we change to the extension of HTTP protocol. It's called HTTPS, secure HTTP. But currently we don't have it here because we have to do some certificate installations and different kind of configuration. So I have only HTTP. So let's try to browse our web page from Edge. Same appearance. You can see in Firefox and Edge. Let's do the same in Chrome. Same thing. So all these four browsers compatible to rendering those markup tags, HTML tags. Right? Okay. Now let's move to the Visual Studio Code again. I'll introduce another new tag. We have a tag called P. What does P stand for? P means paragraph. Okay. Let's say I want to render a paragraph on my web page. I want to render two different paragraphs on my web page. What is the main difference between defining paragraphs is actually between two paragraphs we have to keep a considerable vertical gap. Okay. Right. We'll see how it happens. This is my first paragraph. I type something first paragraph and I put the same text, same two words again and again because it should be a paragraph. Paragraph definitely must have a considerable number of words. So let's repeat the same like this. Okay. For the second paragraph, I put a different text for the second paragraph. And I do the same thing here also. I copy the same text part and repeat it to make it just a paragraph. Okay, save it. Now we have two paragraphs. You can see in the HTML file we don't have any vertical gap here, right? you browse it here, you can see the difference. Can you see? There is a gap. This is the paragraph vertical gap. Okay, let's put some more text. Okay, save it. Refresh. Right. Can you see? This is the paragraph. So using the field tag, you can break text information into paragraphs very easily. And you can try the same in other browsers as well. So that's about paragraph type. Then, as the next thing, I'll introduce some tag attributes. Okay, what's an attribute? Most of the HTML tags, there are some feature called attributes. Okay, just like I previously explained you the ID tag of the body, or ID tag of some other ID attribute of some other tag. Here we are trying to use attribute called align. Can you see a strange thing? We have to understand this. Some of the attributes will put the ID tag, ID attribute again, and you see the ID attribute is available under the intelligence as well, and I can put equal sign and double quotation. It's without any problem. It's accepting it. You can even put value ID tag. Headline 1 or something. Headline 1. But when I'm trying to give the attribute align, it's not accepting. What's that? What you have to understand is that there are some features of HTML already deprecated. Okay, deprecated features are there. That means there was a feature called align attribute in previous versions of HTML and in the previous versions of web browsers also. The align attribute was accepted, but currently it was a deprecated feature. So while we are doing HTML with latest tools, latest browsers, you will see this time to time. If you see this deprecated kind of features, then what you have to understand, definitely there should be a latest feature for that. In this case, the align attribute, I don't want to demonstrate here because it's an outdated thing. What we are going to do is in next training session series, training session videos, I'll introduce how to do the aligning and those deprecated things using CSS. Okay, cascading style sheets. Actually, what I wanted to show you, I wanted to align this text part, headline 1, in center or in right or some other place. Okay, that's what I am going to. I wanted to do with the align attribute. Let's say I just want to type the center value and save it. Let's try to refresh. It's working for Firefox. Okay, it's working for Edge as well, Chrome and Safari. It's working, but it's a duplicated thing. The best way you have to do as a new web developer or latest the web developer using latest technologies, you have to use CSS for this. That is my advice. So always try to move with latest technologies and give up duplicated features of any technology. Okay, then I'll just introduce you some other attributes, but I don't show you the functionality of it. I just introduce one day. In other sessions, in future sessions, we will demonstrate it. There are some attributes like on click. You see, on click. That means when you want to do some functionality, when I click on this, so you have to use on click attribute, and under this attribute value you can bind a JavaScript function. I'll demonstrate that in future sessions. Okay, then try to use some other text formatting tags. Okay, introduce a tag called B. Call it bold, and another attribute called I. Called it italic, and one more thing called underline. I'll save it. Let's try to refresh what time. Can you see? Bold, italic, and underline. That means if you want to format some part of text, you can use those tags. And again, these are also currently not used mainly because there are CSS features for that. Using CSS, you can do formatting these type of bold, italic, underline type of text formatting very easy. Okay, we'll see those in future sessions. Okay, then one more tag. I show you how to center align a text using just a attribute of the same tag. And I told you using CSS also you can do it, but directly using HTML tag also you can do the same using center tag. Again, it's a duplicated. Can you see? But I try to use it. Center this text. Center this text. Save it. Refresh. It's happening. It's happening, but my advice is not to use this tag as well, because we have the same thing in CSS. And one more thing, we call it a strike. don't know what is a stripe. It's like it's something like underline, but it's not. The line is not under the text, but middle of the text. It's striking the text. Strike me. Okay, strike me. Can you see? It's drawing a line over the text part, not under the text part like underline. It's called strike through. Strike through. Right. Okay, those are some of the text that we are going to use text formatting. And one more thing I want to show you, a simple thing like we call it marking. What's the meaning of marking? Marking is something like giving a movement for a text part, not only a text part, for an image also we can do. Here in this example I'll show you how to move a text part. How to move a text part using marking tag. Okay, so what happened? Can I say something happening here? Marking. And you can change the direction as well. The default direction from right to left, it's happening currently. And using some attributes here, you can do changes for the animation. It's just animating from side to side or up to down. So bottom to up. Different types of animations can be given for a text part or a image or some other rendering part. Okay, so that is about marking type. Then let's move to some more features. Okay, so then I'll introduce some more attributes. Let's have another attribute to the header 2. The header 2, I want to put a margin. So I use the left margin attribute and I put some value to that, and we'll see whether it's running. I will tell you the same thing, the left margin, the latest way of doing it using CSS. Okay, so just keep in mind see, it's not compatible even. So if you want to really apply a left margin or right margin to a tag with the latest browsers, the best way is to use CSS. And one more thing called margin width. Let's say When you give the margin width attribute, in default it takes the left margin. Actually, margin width define only the width of the margin. The margin is left actually. But that thing also will not work. It says we have to do those kind of things using CSS. Just forget about those kind of attributes because those are deprecated and currently not used anymore. Okay, and there are a lot of more attributes actually. I'm just rushing those attributes because in future sessions we discuss them under CSS. Let's say I want to apply background color to our web page. Okay, put like so. With the background, you can put an image. If you want to put a BG background color, you have to use BG color like this. You can put a background image using background tag. Then you have to give the URL of that image. Okay, now some of the things I have already done using attributes or using deprecated features of web development. Let's try to do it using simple CSS part as well. Till we discuss the CSS in detail, I'll just show you how to apply a simple cascading style sheet inside a header part of a web page. So now I'm going to introduce a new tag called style. This style tag also used to define a new area of the web page. So when we discuss more about the web page structure, previously I told you HTML, then header, then body, then scripts under the body, not under the body, actually beneath the body, and scripts under the header part, and title under the header part. And now I introduce the style tag that should come under the header part. Using the style tag, you can do some cascading style sheets. Now I remove this body color, BG color, from the tag as an attribute. We don't want to put it anymore. We are going to use it here. So under the style, always we have to define what is the type of style. So for CSS, the type should be text/CSS. That means the technology is CSS, but the information is mainly textual information. We are typing the CSS as text commands. Okay, then under the body section, we are going to define some attributes. Okay, so we are going to apply a background color. Once we select the attribute background color, you can see some color selections drop down. We will select a color from there. and we use the color attribute. It will be a for color. This is background color, and we'll apply for color like this. And now currently we don't have any color tag or color attribute under any of the tags. We have applied a CSS, simple CSS codes under header part under the style tags. Let's see what happens. We have to save it. Refresh. Can you see what happens? The background color turned into green. Not green, some closer color, and dark blue as the foreground color or text color. This is basically for color. Can you change it? Let's put red. Likewise. Okay, so that's about simple CSS, but we are going to discuss more CSS features in future in our next training sessions. And without just using the name of the colors, we can put some code like this. Let's say hash FFF. What's that mean? Every color when we are defining colors in CSS, there are two different ways. We can directly use the color name, just like we did before, or we can use color codes. It's called RGB code. Okay. Let's try. Okay, can you see the difference? Some color changes happen here. Still the forecolor is red, but background color changing. Can you see? Or we can use directly the RGB keyword as well. Here under the RGB, we can put some values for red, green, and blue. I'll put 20 here and some value like 75 here and something like 100 here. Okay, it's completely different value, different color. So those are the different ways of defining a color in CSS. Can you see? It's changing. Now all the other browsers respond to that, because CSS is compatible for almost all the browsers. So that's how you can define colors in CSS. Okay. Then we have new more feature to introduce. This is called commenting. Okay, inside the HTML page or inside the web page or HTML web application, we want to write comments in between HTML tags. When we want to write comments in between HTML tags, we have to use some kind of commenting way of commenting inside the HTML page. So this is a special way we have to start with this part, and we have to enclose our comment with this part. So in between these two parts, you can type any comment. So whatever the text typed inside the commenting tags is not rendered in the browser. So the appearance or any page of the web page will not affected by comment text. My comments. Okay. So I will change the colors here. Black. If I want to have a lighter color, white. Okay. Now can you see any comment here? Okay. You can't see any comment, but we have typed the comment and I have even saved it. Okay. So any descriptive information that we have to put inside your HTML page to explain something to other developers or anyone, any complicated area of the text or any complicated things you have to explain to the others, you have to type a comment. Okay. Then browser will not understand it. It's not rendered in the browser. But we have comments typed there. Okay. Using the same thing, the commenting feature, we can use for some other thing as well. We call it server comments. Okay. Server side includes. We are putting it as a comment, but we can display some information about the server side. We call it server side includes using comments. I'll show you some using the same opening and closing tags. We have to open and close like this, and we have to type echo and we can give some information under echo. Let's say I want to put date something like this. And here as a normal text I want to just type something like date. Okay. Since this is a value, we have to include within double quotations, and let's see whether it's compatible to our Firefox browser. Okay, it's not compatible. So these are server-side includes. Normally we are using those server side includes with echo, uh, like ASP pages, kind of scripting languages. So in this series, I don't want to discuss in detail about those things. With the next video sessions, we'll try to have a time to discuss about ASP, classic ASP scripting kind of things. Then we can discuss more detail about server-side includes. Okay, with that, we are okay with some of the main features, some of the simplest things that we have to start with: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript training session. So this is our first training session of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for web development and web application development. So if you are happy to join with next coming video sessions for the same technology stack, please subscribe our channel. Under this video you can see the subscribe button, red color subscribe button. Click on it and you will see the bell icon also. Once you click the bell icon, you will get alerts on newly uploaded videos in our channel. Okay then, I think you all are happy with the training session given under my channel. So wish you all the best and try the same things in your personal machines. Try to install the necessary tools and web browsers and try to do some markup text. Try to post it in the IIS or any web server you are familiar with. And have a nice day and join with our next video sessions as well. Goodbye.